Wandoo Woodlands bush camp. What an absolutely beautiful spot. This is an absolute treat. We're up basically the very top, maybe even behind the Darling escarpment or the Darling range. So this bush camp, it's about just over 1,500 acres, I think it is. It's a U campsite, and basically you pay for how many nights you want, drive straight in, camp wherever you like. Obviously I mean that within reason, you know, don't be a cockhead about it, but for me, for instance, I've just pulled up into a bit of flat ground, rolled the swag out where it's nice and level and parked the car accordingly, and here I am, I'm camping. And it's just the true meaning of bush camping to me. You haven't got dickheads, you haven't got rubbish and mess everywhere. This is just fantastic, it's beautiful. What a fantastic idea. This is where we are, Wandoo Woodlands bush camp. The Wandoo tree, Eucalyptus wandoo, Blakely. Wandoo is indigenous, that's the indigenous name, or the Noongar name. And this tree is only endemic to this area. Anything endemic to any area is just so special to me. That's to go to a spot and be able to see something that is only from that particular area. That's just something so special. I get real excited about that, about things like that. When it comes to birds, trees, fauna, that's just it's just something quite special, I think. Over that way behind me to the east, there's a granite outcrop of some sort. So I'm going to go wander over there and have a look at that. I don't think it's too far from me, so I'm going to have some breakfast. Actually, I should stoke that fire up. That's not going to cook me nothing at the moment. Yeah, I'm keen to go and see this big granite outcrop. That'll be cool. You know, this is actually quite fascinating because we're on a decent slope here, and outcrops of this type, this would be what I would say would be the monolith, which is a solid outcrop, solid piece of granite. And these types usually become visible because of erosion. So this makes sense because we're on a hill. There's no trees here, obviously, because of nothing can grow on this. So over the years, decades, long time, it's just all the water running down has eroded the top soil, revealed the rock underneath, the granite. It's really, really cool. I'm just taking a moment to jump out the car while I'm filming some driving footage, and I'm just wandering through the bush. Isn't it just beautiful? This is why they call this a woodlands, because it's just timber. It's just lines of trees. Very low, extremely low undergrowth. The bush thins out. Really the only stuff that you see on the floor are fallen limbs and trees. And the colours, I mean, you've got these beautiful white trunks, and so some of the colours, like there's been this beautiful little blue flower that's blooming, and that against the white of the gum, it's just beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. While I'm talking about fallen trees and limbs too, you're allowed to burn all of this as well. There's so much of it, and you're allowed to burn it. You're doing them a favour here, because all of this, well, the more that falls, the more that can go up. So if us campers can come in and burn as much of it as we want, it's going to keep falling. This kind of wood it'll never stop falling. It'll never run out. There's plenty of the stuff. And this stuff burns so nice. It smells great when you're burning it. It's beautiful wood. Big ant mounds. These things everywhere, as you can see, they're all behind me. Absolutely everywhere. And you might think it'd be pretty fun to come knocking them over with your car. I tell you what, don't. These things are concrete. So what is this? Well, this is actually dirt from under the ground. These worker ants burrow down underground, and this is the disused soil from under the ground that's been built up. So you could almost think about this really being picked up, turned over and plonked straight back down into the hole that they've created down underneath. Now these ants have three purposes for building this. One is it's an entry for them to get into their nest. Secondly, it's a safe nest, and it protects them from any predators up top. And the third reason is it keeps the temperature right for their nest down underground. This up top here is just as important as everything that's going on down underground in the nest itself. So I don't ever really do cooking segments. I'm not going to do a cooking segment. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing for dinner, which I suppose is a cooking segment. Anyway, so I've just got some eye fillet. What I've done is I've just covered it in some olive oil, some salt and pepper, just sitting there, getting to room temp, ready to hit the hot plate. I've cut some potato up, I'm going to put that in the billy, let that boil, soften it up, and then that's going to go straight on the hot plate with the steak. We've also got some baby carrot. I'm going to lop that off, cover that in some oil and some salt, and that's going to hit the hot plate as well. So dinner's going to be pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hammer these with some nice olive oil. Hit them with some salt. Now the salt with that olive oil will caramelise beautifully. So a little more elf oil. And I'm just going to throw them down on some coals just to soften them up a bit before I throw them on the hot plate. Now I've only got them sitting on coals, I haven't got coals on top. So I'll just go and flip that over in 5 minutes or so, make sure it's nice and even. Alright, so we've got a nice hot plate now. Yes, these carrots have softened down nicely as well. Beautiful. I flip my steak every 6 to 10 seconds. That's how I cook it. Now she's bloody hot. My goodness me, there's some heat in here. But that's good. I like to cook it quick. Look at that. Oh man. I'm not even going to do any gravy with this one, I'm just going to hit that with some pepper. Because it's covered in nice olive oil. So a bit of pepper. And that will be an absolute treat. While I've been letting that steak rest and those veggies cool down, just been stoking up the fire, clean the hot plate, tied it up a little bit. So now I'm ready to sit down. You can't see the meal from here, so I'll show you. So there we go. A simple meat and 2 veg. And you've probably been wondering why I flip the steak every 6 to 10 seconds. I'll tell you why. This is why. Because look at that. That is absolute perfection. I'm going to go enjoy this. You get the hell out of here, alright? Oh man. Oh. Ah, the good old weatherman, eh? He's a bit of a useless prick. They said we weren't going to be getting any rain. Well, no, I lie. There was a minimal. There's like a 20% chance of maybe 0 to 1 mil. But that's alright. I'm always prepared. Pulled out the awning, moved the swag, got my fire pit, got some dry jarrah. I always carry dry jarrah. You've got to be prepared. And now, I'm just having a lovely cozy time here under the awning. I think that billy's ready. Get a coffee on. Good way to start the day. Look at this, it's beautiful. Beautiful and moody, it's misty. Light drizzle coming down. Everything's wet and soggy, of course, but it's absolutely set the mood. 100%, it's beautiful. It doesn't bother me. Bring on the rain, I say. You just got to be prepared. Always got to be prepared for anything. Jolly bonza. Well, there you go. Wandoo Woodlands bush camp. That's 2 nights out here done and dusted, and it has been absolute bliss. I have loved this place so much, and I can't wait to get back more and more and more, because it is just an absolute treat. So all you guys need to do now is plan a couple of nights out here yourselves and come and do it as well, because it's just so cool, man. This is so nice out here. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, sticking around. I'm not going to hit the blacktop for a while yet. I've got to go down this gravel road and then a bit of blacktop and a bit more gravel, and then I'm really on the blacktop. So I'm going to saddle up for that and make my way home. So again, thanks for watching, coming on the journey. Make sure you get yourselves out here, eh? Because you won't regret it. It's beautiful. Alright, talk soon. Thanks again. Hooroo.